I'm gonna talk about all my best performing stocks for the month, all my new purchases, all my dividend income, and everything else that has been going on in my portfolio during the last month. I'm gonna talk all about my best and worst performing stocks for the month, all of my recent purchases, and all of the dividend income that I've gotten during the last month, and of course, my plans going forward. But before we get to all of that, then in case you're new to the channel, then my name is Casper, and here we strictly talk about investing and financial freedom. So if you really like investing and you want to retire early, well then press that subscribe button below. And also guys, please leave a comment below the video on what has been going on in your portfolio during the last month. I'm guessing that you've had a pretty decent month, just like I had. However, leave a comment below and tell me all about it. Anyways, getting straight into how my portfolio has performed during the last month, then it was a pretty good month for me. And I right now have a portfolio with a total value of roughly $45,000. And during the last month, I made a return of $1,700, which is roughly 4%. And that is a return that I'm pretty happy about. And it was a great way for me to end 2023. And when looking at my total performance since I started using the spreadsheet, then I've made a return of $4,100 since August. And that is pretty good as well. That also equals a return of 9.25% in only 5 months. So that is pretty good. And when comparing my return with the return for the rest of the market, then I actually underperformed slightly, as the S&P 500 index is up by 4.5% for the month. The Dow Jones was up by 6%, and the Nasdaq 100 was up by 5%. So I did slightly underperform this month. However, I'm not that concerned about it, as I'm really happy about the performance for my portfolio overall. I also received $92 in dividends during the last month, and that is pretty good for me as well. And I received dividend from a bunch of different companies and ETFs, including SCHD, VOO, Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola and Realty Income Corp. So that was a pretty good month as well. And when looking at the graph down here, well then we do see that it is slightly above average. So overall then I'm pretty happy about that as well. And in total during 2023, for the last 5 months, then I've gotten $562 in pure dividends. And that is something that I'm really happy with, since I just started with dividend investing during 2023. I did also invest $700 this month, and I invested into SCHD and Johnson & Johnson. I basically bought 2 shares in Johnson & Johnson and 3 shares in SCHD. So I'm extending my dividend portfolio even further, and I'm really happy about that. And that is also one of my plans going forward. And I really look forward to increasing my position in both Johnson & Johnson and SCHD even further going forward. Anyways, getting into my best and worst performing stocks for the month, then overall it has been a pretty good month, as you also saw before. However, my best performing stock during the last month has been Abby, and that has given me a return of almost 12%. And that is then followed by Amgen, that has given me a return of almost 11%. And that is then followed by my Vanguard Small Cap Index Fund, that has given me a return of 6%. And when you're looking at the list, well then you basically see green numbers more or less all the way down. I do have 2 stocks that has given me a negative return, and that is Apple, that has given me a negative return of almost 4%, and then Tesla, that is somewhat breaking even. So overall then I do have a lot of green numbers, and that is exactly what I like to see. However, if we do change this a bit and we look at the performance during the last 12 months, well then we suddenly see that my best performing stocks during 2023 has been Nvidia, that is up by 225%, which is absolutely insane to think about. And that is then followed by Tesla, that is up by almost 94%. And that is then followed by a medicine company called Novo Nordisk, that is up by 53%. So I've had some absolute good performing stocks during the last year, and I'm really happy about my position in these companies. And I don't really have that many stocks where I've had a negative return, and most of the returns that I've had that are negative are not that big. However, I do have some down here from Johnson & Johnson of almost 9%, Realty Income Corp of almost 9%, and Pfizer of 42%. Pfizer is definitely a big loss for me for the last year, and these 2 are somewhat big losses as well. However, I have bought even more shares in Johnson & Johnson and Realty Income Corp throughout this year, and I do look forward to seeing some of that coming back. I do have big expectations for these companies during 2024. So overall, then I'm really happy about the performance, both during the last month, but also during the last 12 months. So I've really had a good month and year with some really good performing stocks. And overall, then I'm really happy about the direction that my portfolio is taking. And moving on to my plans going forward. And here I basically haven't changed that much. I want to keep on investing every single month, and I want to increase my proportion of dividend stocks. So I have a plan of investing into dividend stocks every single month going forward. However, I still want the core of my portfolio to be placed within high quality ETFs, just like VOO and SCHD, for the best possible diversification. I also want to add more technology stocks to my portfolio. Technology stocks are something that has been performing very well for the last couple of years, and I do think that tech is going to be the best performing sector in 2024 as well. That was all I had in this monthly update. I've had a really good month, and I hope that you've had the same. However, please leave a comment below the video and tell me all about the performance of your portfolio. I want to know what your best performing stock is, what your worst performing stock is, and how much you've gotten in dividend income. Tell me all about it below in the comments. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. I hope that you liked the video, and if you did, then don't forget to press the like button below and subscribe to my channel for more weekly content just like this one. See you guys in the next one.